It is your boy, Black Ronin, back on at it again with another banger and fire video for y'all's out there today. There y'all. Welcome on back to the channel. But guys, I gotta go in on this particular topic. But man, guys, I tell y'all, first thing I do want to say, hope y'all had a really great Christmas. I don't really celebrate holidays like that, but hope y'all had a great, really good Christmas this holiday season. But man, pretty recently I got to see that new Avatar, Fire and Ash. I love that franchise so much. I don't know why people shit on it so much, but Avatar is such a great franchise. I mean, storytelling, the visuals. I mean, I love everything about it. Honestly, it's at the point because I got a separate video coming on my other channel about the new Avatar movie as well. But this one is different. I normally don't talk about movies and TV shows on my channel. I do that on my other channel, Dagger Films, if you guys would like to go check out that channel. But I had to really bring up this film today because after going through this particular franchise and just seeing the latest film, I have come to the conclusion that I'm gonna be real with y'all. Avatar, this entire franchise, I mean, black people, like people I've known and just talked to, people that look like me, whether they be mixed race, mulatto, racially ambiguous, or darker skin counterparts. I have talked to quite a few people on this particular topic that I'm about to go in today, but I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. Avatar, this franchise, is basically the black community in a nutshell. Black community and the mulatto community in a nutshell. Because when I look at all the dynamics and seeing everything, boy, man, it really hits home. Only difference is they're just some aliens. That's really the whole difference, And I'm sitting back and I was like, man, James Cameron, like, he did two things I can tell 100%. He definitely really got a deep dive of black culture, Afro-melanated type people. He definitely did a lot of research, with I can literally see every dynamic in like the Afro-melanated community. That's what I like to call, like people like us, because there are differences. When you're racially ambiguous mulatto, a person, my type of phenotype walking around, you're gonna go through a more different experience through life, and you're gonna see a different lens of the world compared to a darker skinned counterpart. And even though this franchise, it's like it touched on it, but in a different way. I'm definitely going to explain on that. But yeah, guys, Avatar, this franchise is literally the black community in a nutshell, guys. Black community and the mulatto community in a nutshell. And I'm just sitting back and I was like, wow, I've never seen a film that really touched on so many things that I personally relate to, regarding people that look like me in one franchise. Even though this is an alien race of people, they still got our hairstyles, they still look very similar to us, like you're seeing it, it's clear as day. And I just got to thinking, man, I say, I got to really speak on this particular topic, and I'm curious to hear what you guys got to say. Now, why is this the black and mulatto community in a nutshell? Let me get on into that, because first thing first, the first movie, in my opinion, it definitely more centered and it comes off as more African when it comes down to the resources, this place, very spiritual. Like, it feels very African, 100%. And seeing colonizers come in from Earth, like it feels very African, 100%, right there, that alone. But the second film, that was when things started to change. That's when I started to see the Black America started to show up. That's when I started to see those dynamics. And what I mean by that, so let's take a look at the first clan that we got introduced to, with the first Avatar movie. So we got the Omati. Here we go. Yeah, the Omati Kea. Yeah, that clan. And you see what's her name? Naturi, I believe that's her name. You get to see her. And basically, guys, with the dynamics I'm seeing, it felt more African in the first film. But at the same time, when I look at the character Jake Sully, and I see his transition, because Jake Sully, his character, in my opinion, a lot of people may slander me for saying this, but it must be said. As much as I enjoy the character Jake Sully, as awesome of a character he is the sellout of the community. You know, most people will call him the sellout of the community. Me personally, I think he's awesome. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, like dude laid down, got some alien pussy. At the end of the day, you know, that's literally what bro did. You know, so and he betrayed his own human race. He said, "Fuck everybody. I'm finna go kick it with the aliens, the blue people." You know, and so you see him. The crazy part, you know, even though he transferred his soul into the blue, you know, Navi people and became a part of the clan and everything, even though he did that, he still has human and everything, you know, through him. And the crazy part, when he had kids, like his kids, you know, they definitely came out a bit different. They definitely have more human features to them compared to the rest of the Navi. Like they're not full Navi like that. So with his children, they are the mulattoes, you know, the mixed race out here, you know, racially ambiguous like myself. And the crazy part, you know, because like you definitely see their experience as well. Because when you get to the second Avatar movie, The Way of Water, when you see Jake Sully and he and his family, they all meet up with a new clan, you know, out there, you know, the water people, the what they call, here we go, yeah, the meta, I think they're called, yeah, the meta Kenya, yeah, the meta Kaina, there we go. I'm trying to make sure I get these names right, so, you know, but yeah, so they meet up with the meta Kaina clan, and you can clearly see that's literally the point where Africa, like Africans, and they get involved with, and they just started to get to know black culture. Like that's literally what that introduction, I mean, yeah, that's really what that introduction felt like when everybody was meeting, because you can see them butting heads. Because if it's one thing that most like melanated people here in America, unfortunately, you know, people who come from outside of America, so mainly from the continent of Africa, tend to butt heads at first. But when you actually sit down and get to know one another, you clearly see, oh, like we're not too much far different from each other. You know, like you clearly see the dynamics, but you know, but they just come from a different world. And I feel like, man, you know, you really do see those dynamics really show. And with the Medicayena clan, that felt the most black American, because guess what? when Jake Sully and his clan, everybody pulls up, you know, his family, they pull up to the Medicayena clan and they instantly got roasted. Because guys, guess what? That's what black America finna do. Like you, bro. Like I remember back in the day, listen, when an African or a Haitian pulls up brand new in class, that motherfucker getting clowned. I never participated in that. I ain't gonna lie, I have laughed, because like you already know how black people can be. Like when they get the roasting, the shit do be funny. I be trying not to laugh, but the shit do be funny. And they was clowning, you know. So that really was very, very relatable whenever you do see that and you see those dynamics. And then on top of that, even just the features and everything, you see the differences as well. Now, when it comes down to the light skins, this is really going to surprise a lot of people. But even though technically the Medicayena, they are the more light-skinned, racially ambiguous looking Africans, but they really don't move like us, in my opinion. Like they don't move like a racially ambiguous light-skinned, you know, type of you know, person. The closest that we have to that shown in this film, well, actually two of them, we have Jake Sully's children, you know, because they're mixed, you know, part human, but also at the same time Navi. So, you know, they still carry those traits of both. But also, you got the one, even though he's a white dude, we got to talk about Spider. See, Spider, even though he's not technically, you know, a Navi or nothing like that, you know, he's human, but he's still trying to fit in, and he still thinks he's really one of everybody, and he's trying to prove himself, and you see that. And who does that relate to the most? And it's crazy they got a white dude to play that character. They just gave him some dreads. That's some gnarly work, James Cameron. But who is the most relatable to that in the melanated community? The light-skinned, racially ambiguous mulatto person. Because you will see that dynamic a lot in the black community. The light-skinned mulatto person, whether they be man or woman, out here trying to prove themselves, when at the end of the day, you're really in your own lane, and you just got to move accordingly. Like you're your own person. You don't have to fit into no type of group. You're slap in the middle. If you're racially ambiguous, mixed race mulatto, walking around looking like me over here, hey, you in your own lane, but at the same time, you still look out for your darker skinned counterpart, and then plus you just see the world a bit more differently. You fall into the center where it's just like, you operate a different type of way. And I feel like with Spider, we really kind of see him behave in that particular way, but at the same time, you saw the stereotypical light skin, and that's the person that was portrayed, that was Spider, and he almost got fucked over for it. When you watch the new Avatar movie, Fire and Ash, you see that Jake Sully was literally about to end him, about to delete the dude, and he was the main one riding for, Jake Sully and his family and everything. And he still almost got fucked over by him. That's some gnarly work. James Cameron, that nigga, he studied the damn black community. God damn, man. He hit that shit right on the nose, but hey, at least he put a white boy in there, to really, like, it didn't make it look too bad, but damn, that's scary accurate. But yeah, so you had that going. And then after that, then you got the Ash people. I think they go by the Mekwan. Yeah, the Mekwan clan, the fire, Ash people and them and all them. I would consider them, those are the YNs of the community. Those are the YNs, those are the real sellouts right there. Those no law, order. If it's money involved, if it's power involved, oh yeah, we want all of it, and we don't care how we get it. That's the YNs of the community right there. And you clearly see it showing in the entire film. They didn't give a damn, man. Like they were showing out. And then on top of that, they got their hands on the weapons too. They out there working with the colonizer, going savage, shaking hands, having a ball out there. Oh man, these people here was going wild. Those are definitely the YNs of the community right there. The Mekwan clan, you cannot tell me that they were just savage, man. Like they really was. So just off of that alone, I was just sat back like, wow, man, the dynamics of all this really hit home. And boy, it's crazy how they just did the shit. And just seeing just like, all the cultures all combined of Africa and here in America, melanated people. And James Cameron just threw it in so swiftly. Like, bro, like, that's insane. Like the way he did it, he just did it with blue people, alien people. But he hit that shit right on the nose. And I was just sitting back like, damn, man, like he got that shit on point. But wow, hey, everybody out there, all the men, women, anybody who watched this video all the way through, let me know what y'all think of this, because I'm curious to really hear y'all thoughts. Is y'all boy reaching, in terms of my statement that this is really the melanated community in a nutshell? Because I feel like it is. There is moments I feel like, dang, as a racially ambiguous or light-skinned person, I really relate to how certain things were done with certain characters, and seeing how some didn't fit in, some were kind of lost. I seen the sellout element, I seen the African and the Black American, like clashing as well. I seen all those elements all in one. But y'all let me know what y'all think of this. Is your boy reaching? Am I just crazy for making a statement like this, or did y'all notice these dynamics as well? Or are y'all gonna be like, bro, you were taking this shit way too seriously? No, it's not that deep. But y'all let me know what y'all think. It is your boy Black Ronin. Like and subscribe, share. Y'all take it easy.